know what it is? Lil Tay, the youngest flex of the century. I'm only 9 years old, but I'm richer than all y'all broke-ass haters.
5 years later.
5 years and y'all still broke. The GOAT is back. 5 years and I'm still the youngest one out. 5 years and y'all bitches are still broke.
So Lil Tay is back apparently. What is she, like 15 now, and she's still flexing on the haters? For the past 4 years, it seems like a lot of things from the past have just been popping up like whack-a-mole. Even Leafy's hair came back not too long ago, while iDubbbz has been getting cooked for the past I don't even know how long. And that shit is really not letting up. Like, that dude is getting cooked, man. In all honesty, Lil Tay returning has really taken the internet by storm. That song she made, All About the Green or whatever the fuck, has been all over Twitter. I have not been able to escape it. And to be honest, it's not a bad song. It's just like, I feel like you can tell a 15-year-old made it. Just based off the tone of her voice, you can tell that her singing is very unrefined, even though it's not necessarily bad. I don't know, her voice kind of sounds like my cat when he's like tweaking out in his sleep and keeping me awake with his fucking snoring. If you wanted my review on that song, it's about a 5 out of 10 for me. It's like, it's pretty average, it's not bad. Still better than whatever that shit Ice Spice and Sexy Red makes. Anyways, I'm really yapping, bro. Let me get back to the topic, bro. So Lil Tay returned on Instagram like a week ago, and she came back just flexing on everybody who was in the live with her, just being a generally insufferable human as usual. I'm actually surprised she's willing to continue playing this character, considering how talented she's become over the past 5 years. Like, she can play the electric guitar and the piano really well, and she's wasting her time with this shit. Matter of fact, she plays the character so well, I'm starting to wonder if it's even a character and really just her personality. But that's besides the point, because Lil Tay came back and she dropped some crazy details about her life. She talks about her alleged faked death, which was crazy to me because I actually kind of believed it at first, because I was just completely removed from the idea of somebody faking something like that. The death of a 15-year-old girl is just crazy. Apparently her dad and some other business acquaintance faked her death just to promote a crypto coin which failed anyways. Just take a look at this. That's just some insane shit. Imagine faking the death of your daughter for monetary gain. That's insane to me, bro. I kind of low-key think that Lil Tay was in on this though, even though in her live she acted like she wasn't. Because not long after that, she dropped that music video with all the cars and all the people in it and shit. Stuff like that takes time, and I wouldn't be surprised her faking her death was promo for that song. Anyways, throughout the live, she brings up a bunch of bullet points and talking points she wanted to kind of address, and one of them was inappropriate sexual behavior by Chris. Her dad kind of looks like Zuckerberg, so she kind of looks like Zuckerberg too, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, the way she worded it at first made it sound like her dad was doing stuff to her, but that's not really the case. What it seems like happened is that they were kind of neglectful and careless around her and just didn't give a shit what she saw or didn't see. They just did whatever they want. The craziest part of this segment is apparently they were in a bed together and they did stuff next to her and just grabbed her leg while she was really young. Like, that's almost involving someone involuntarily in that act. Like, it's kind of crazy. This is all like he said, she said, like this is all alleged, so we can't say for sure whether or not this happened, but if it did, this is completely insane and they need to get investigated for that, as well as a multiplicity of other shit that she's gonna bring up later. Then she brings up this other lady that her dad got with named Honey Hope. I guess they got married. Apparently this lady would take out her anger on the young flexer, apparently punching her and pinching her and shit like that, and they straight up neglected her in a lot of ways, just straight up ignoring her needs, not giving her proper shoes, giving her really crappy lunches that were basically off, like terrible shit like that, to the point where her mom had to drop shit off at her school for her. Even Honey Hope's son, like that nigga was even jumping in on the abuse, bro. Like, he was beating her ass too. Like, that's crazy, bro. It's hard not to point out the irony of all this. Like, just a few years ago she was flexing in fucking McLarens, all these big houses, saying all this shit costs more than your rent, shit like that. And here we are, her showing us that she was walking around with busted shoes, was basically starving, was getting abused by a terrible father. It just shows how a lot of this shit you see on social media is really a front, and a lot of people are fake and act a certain way to please an audience. And it's just funny to me that she hasn't really changed her character in any way, given all these humbling experiences. She hasn't changed at all. It's funny to me that she was like flexing on all these people who were probably going through a rough time and just didn't have the opportunity she did to like get as far as she did, or like seemed to be. I don't really know if she really got that far. I really think she was really a gimmick and wasn't really much of a career. But either way, she was shitting on people's livelihoods and all that shit, and then because she did that, she ended up in this terrible position. It seems very cosmic, and she still hasn't really learned her lesson, because she made that song, she came in this live talking shit again, and it's just kind of gross. Like, you're 15. I feel like I wasn't this immature at 15. So yeah, it seems to be going pretty badly for her, or was. It seems like she's out of it now, but it seems like as soon as she got out of it, but anyways, I already said that. Like, I think that she needs to work on herself. There's a lot of criticism that we can levy at her. She has a lot of problems that she needs to sort out in her head. It all really makes perfect sense, because only a dysfunctional household could produce such a dysfunctional person at such a young age. The way my heart goes out to her. Her mother, she kind of defended her in her video, but I don't think her mother's good either, because she allowed her daughter to do all this shit. My heart goes out to Lil Tay. I think she needs help. Like and subscribe.
Gentlemen, welcome to Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. Second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
It's that murder music. I let that top of sing and they listen to it. My bitch, she like to get high, yeah, we getting booted. I pop a perk, hit my drink, yeah, now it's it. I'm a superstar, yeah,